A customer was purchasing a burger from a street-side cart. Suddenly, a speeding car lost control and collided with a parked vehicle. The impact propelled the car into the roadway, causing panic among nearby pedestrians. The cart owner and customers were stunned, some clutching their heads in disbelief. The car finally came to a halt after crashing into the right side of the road, while a passerby rushed over to assess the situation. This dramatic incident was likely due to driver negligence or impairment. Two young boys, full of curiosity and a sense of adventure, rode their bicycles into a gas station, mimicking the actions of motorcyclists. They lined up at the pump, looking up eagerly at the gas station attendants, as if expecting a full tank of fuel for their bikes. Rather than dismissing them outright, the attendants played along, treating the kids with professional service. They scanned the pump, pressed a few buttons, and even pretended to fill the bikes, all while maintaining a straight face. The scene was both heartwarming and amusing, a moment of pure childhood imagination met with the kindness of adults willing to indulge it. A motorbike thief prowled the busy street-side eatery, scanning for a target. Spotting a woman absorbed in her phone, he circled back and struck. In a swift motion, he snatched the device from her hands and sped off before she could react. The shocked victim looked up as bystanders turned in alarm. Some attempted to chase him, but the thief had already disappeared into the night, leaving chaos and frustration in his wake. A woman in a brown outfit approached the cashier at a restaurant and asked for a tissue. However, the staff informed her that they had run out and were in the process of restocking. Instead of finding another solution, the woman wiped her hands on the staff's uniform before walking away. The employee stood frozen in shock, struggling to process what had just happened. For a moment, they seemed lost in thought, as if their dignity had been trampled by such disrespectful behavior. Yet, as a service worker, they had no choice but to swallow their feelings and continue their job. A woman was cleaning her yard, which was wet from the rain, using a tool to push the water away. After ensuring the area was clean enough, she went inside the house. Just moments later, the ground in front of the house suddenly collapsed in a fast landslide, bringing mud and debris that covered the front of the house. Fortunately, the house remained intact without major damage, and the woman was safe, narrowly avoiding the disaster by just a few minutes. A street food vendor fell victim to theft while working at night. CCTV footage shows two individuals wearing helmets and masks pretending to be customers. Taking advantage of the quiet situation, they quickly grabbed the vendor's earnings from the cart before fleeing. The stolen money was not only that day's profit, but also the remaining capital meant for her family's needs and her ailing husband's medical expenses. This incident is a devastating blow to the hardworking woman who has been the sole provider for her family. A silver MPV stopped by the roadside while one of its passengers got out to go to a store, with the driver remaining inside the vehicle. However, this caught the attention of a man wearing a green vest and a yellow helmet while riding a motorcycle. He observed the situation and eventually confronted the driver, believing the car was causing inconvenience to other road users. Shortly after, the passenger returned to the vehicle, but the confrontation continued. To avoid such situations, it's always best to find proper parking spots rather than stopping in busy lanes. Even short stops can disrupt traffic and cause frustration among other road users. After a brief exchange, the car finally drove away, bringing an end to the incident that had momentarily disrupted the area. A black Avanza was seen overtaking on the right side of the road, seemingly to avoid the long queue in the main lane. However, instead of continuing to drive, the driver stopped at the roadside, waiting for the red light to turn green. Once the light changed, the car immediately moved forward, passing the queue of vehicles still waiting on the left. The maneuver proved effective, allowing the driver to avoid traffic and smoothly turn right onto their intended road. A clever strategy, but one that carries risks if not executed carefully. A group of organization members arrived at an office, allegedly to demand illegal fees. However, after their request was denied, the situation escalated into chaos. They began causing a disturbance by littering the office with trash and water, with some even striking defiant poses in front of the CCTV cameras. Tensions rose further, leading to a heated argument at the glass door between the organization members and office staff. However, after the incident, both parties ultimately chose a peaceful resolution. In an official meeting, representatives from the organization and government officials posed for a photo together, signaling that the conflict had been resolved through dialogue. As the Maghrib call to prayer echoed, the children in the dark classroom eagerly began their iftar, a meal that felt more like a test of courage. With the power out, only the dim glow of flashlights illuminated their faces, casting eerie shadows on the walls. The atmosphere was reminiscent of a ghost story gathering, yet instead of fear, excitement filled the air. They ate hungrily, their laughter cutting through the darkness as they shared meals and sipped their drinks. The mix of thrill and togetherness turned this iftar into a uniquely unforgettable experience, part spooky, part heartwarming. A red car was about to turn onto a narrow road but was blocked by a carelessly parked pedicab. The driver, a man in a white shirt, got out and tried to move the pedicab to clear the way. However, his attempt caused the pedicab to tip over into the ditch. After ensuring the road was clear, he returned to his car and drove away. Shortly after, the pedicab owner arrived, visibly upset upon seeing his vehicle had fallen. This incident serves as a reminder that irresponsible parking can inconvenience others and lead to unintended consequences. At a gas station, the atmosphere suddenly shifted when a truck from the National Elephant Conservation Center stopped, carrying a large elephant that instantly became the center of attention. People who had initially stopped just to refuel began gathering, capturing this rare moment. The elephant calmly extended its trunk, as if greeting the crowd, exciting several people, especially children, who eagerly approached to touch it.